for Kalista. Like, this lane is really, really rough, and you've already got the Elise there. Like, this is now a kill lane, and you've got Pantheon jungle. On that ward means that he's kind of wasting a bit of time here. Will allow Sponge to get a fair bit of work done. And still going to look for the dive. Oh god, Lehens, the point-blank cocoon as they dive on top of Lazyfield. Lehens could be in trouble though, as he's just dead. Not sure about that one. The flash out from Gideon, and that was erroneous.
Yeah. It's like, well, I got my consolation call.
Yep.
And here we go. I hope we don't lose our stacks, as Kingen may be in trouble.
That's a powerful ghoulie wall as Kingen looking to try and get out of there. Hammer does come on through, but that is one more shovel, and Rich takes it down. Shout out to that guy, by the way, that reminded me that the shoveler was from Mystery Men. Great film.
The one you were talking about the other night.
Yeah, he's really good at shoveling.
He's hitting those.
Wait, which character?
The Zebo.
Ah!
He has a zombies donut. Hold up.
Very cute. Great handshake from Andil. Gio is just dead. Those adoration stacks just lying on the floor. DRX, they pick up the feats of warfare. They take down the Draven. It is looking real good.
And you're losing something else on the other side of the map.
Yeah, the good thing is that they have the Realm Warp and double teleports and the Grand Starfall, as now Gideon could be in trouble. They are on the wrong side of this as Lehens has come on over. So that is Sponge now trying to get bailed out. It's not going to work though. Gideon going to be just fine, and Lehens went up into the sky to deny that one. And in fact, it's kind of an awkward composition as far as getting those bailout resets, because they can keep themselves alive for that little bit of time. As Gideon is now just dead, guys. Why he walked up there, we may never know.
Here on the Andil, we'll be seen on this ward.
Yeah, great handshake as Yukal in position. That repel absolutely fantastic. And Gideon and Calyx, the flash forward! And oh, guys, wait for the whirling death!
It's okay. He just get more stacks
They
later.
did need to kill him. They did need to kill him as well. So they'll have like a secondary option. They can Grand Starfall warp, you know, to get everyone from everywhere.
The idea behind this composition for Nongshim is just so cool.
I'm glad we got to the bottom of this.
The Bizoms have ghosts.
I don't think anyone has ghosts. Lehens is a ghost, by the way. Oh, did you see the little legs? And then he was dead.
The client doesn't believe in ghosts, so you can't see it, but power this gives Sponge here. You know, he gets to force Gideon to come down. He almost is able to secure this Gromp away. Realm Warp, though, is being employed.
Yeah, and there is the Grand Starfall as well. Hostile takeover, though. They're just fighting each other. Still, in goes Gideon, and they're splitting their focus. It doesn't quite work out, and now Gideon, not enough of a wall, as the Draven's cashing in, ladies and gentlemen, from across the map. Rich wants to get bailed out. It almost happens, but Kingen just dives on top of Andil. He needs to get Fates called, and Nongshim will finally find their team fight. And look at that, 1.4K!
A Ghost Blade. He also cashed a call as well. Yeah. It's just insane. So the Draven was too big to fail.
It is now.
Kind of mention it.
Well, he's just going to walk towards two people. He's going to say stand aside, and they're going to say, all right, flashes out of the way of the hostile takeover. That's another kill, but Sponge, he's able to offer one back. Still, I think you're happy to take that trade to get more money onto your Draven. As the Richard will get a charge.
Yeah. And Rich is going to get a turret in return. I know this looks exciting in cinematic, but his teleport still completes now. It doesn't get canceled.
Kingen looking for Rich, and he's got Gideon there to turn up alongside him, and the Maiden just has to watch as Yorick goes down. Calyx looking for Lazyfield, and the flash out immediately just because of the menacing presence of the guy carrying a book around.
Walk around the corner when I'm going for a bathroom break or something too. Like I just like instinctively press F in my mind.
Yep.
You know, it's okay for Draven, especially Draven that has a Renata, but it doesn't have a Renata in this game. It's playing into one.
Yeah, if it was like the old Rush Bloodthirsted Draven, I'd be feeling really good about it. It looks to be just getting worse rather than better here for DRX.
Stat earlier this week on Nongshim's previous match where we were showcasing, as King gets a turret here, showcasing that their early games are the worst in the league. At 8 minutes, they like are always behind.
Well, they stuck to it. Supposed to do anything about it as Rich puts himself in the ghoulie cage.
It's just going to be like they're hoping that the rend is enough to rush this down. I mean, they have Kalista, so they have a lot of secure here, but I don't know if they're going to win the fight, even if they get the secure.
Oh, this is so difficult. Yeah, Yukal on a decent flank angle, and they might be able to get the Otacon, but can they actually get out alive? That's the question. Grand Starfall comes in, Gideon straight into the ghoulie wall, though, as there is the ulti from the Kalista helping Andil out, and he is not dead yet. They do manage to take down Lehens. Down goes Gideon at the same time, but Calyx is a monster. Yukal still at full health as Gio chasing after Lazyfield. He's able to pierce his way over the wall. And now, UCal and Sponge, they should be enough to take down like a 500 health Draven. So a 2-for-2 trade in the end, and Otacon.
One, even though LazyFeel got chased out of the pit.
LazyFeel is not going to get bailed out of this one, ladies and gentlemen. He is big time dead.
Yeah, he's been caught there a few times.
Really working as the Baron has spawned 45 seconds ago. And Nongshim in position to try and fight for this if there is some sort of attempt. Realm Warp to come in though, and Rich finds himself in a very uncomfortable position. Jiu though is just fighting against UCal. That charm had to land. Otherwise,
can't Baron from this, but they could just push mid hard. If they can get some distinct backs here, they certainly could.
I mean, the problem is when they go back, then the Baron just goes over to Nongshim. They're going to look for a fight here instead as oh my god, the Whirling Death is just massive damage. Hostile Takeover is not taking anyone this time around. Andor going to have to flash to get himself out of the way. And without LazyFeel, I don't think they have much of a hope of stopping this Purple Worm from falling down. Calyx able to lock up the rest of these minions, and there it will go. This should be the back-breaking play for the Noodle Boys.
Doing a lot of damage right now with each and every axe he tosses into the Baron's face.
Would you say that he's reminding them of their mortality wall?
Yeah, I think so. The Baron is reminded. Does Baron have a ghost?
Oh, that's a good question.
Was that little purple thing that we saw there?
Like immediately afterwards? And then this push in mid lane and top lane. So the Dragon, not something that Nongshim really care about here, as Lahen's just going to be dash cannon around. He didn't have full information of who was in that banana brush.
I mean, they're just
stopped a bunch of backs.
Stopping backs and winning the game.
Yeah, that would have been solitary Chemtech Dragon and Lahen's for Nexus. And I think Nongshim are kind of okay with it, as the Baron buffed minions looking for some Nexus turrets. The rest of DRX are able to get back, but the Maiden is going to melt. And there are still minions here. My god, even the Shock Blasts are really scary now, as Andil does find a knock-up and a handshake onto Calyx, but he just goes golden. Gideon is in amongst it. LazyFeel hopping mad, but the Whirling Death, it should be enough to take him down, but never mind. The bailout is actually pretty good to keep him standing. Well, at least they're here for now. Lahen's moves over. There is a handshake. He gets pulled in, but of course, he is Elise. So he goes up into the sky.
Hard to get that
steal.
steal.
UCal in an uncomfortable position here. Sponge goes in, but he's going to go out via the Death Chamber, I'm pretty sure. He flashes, desperately looking for the bailout, but it does not work, as now UCal, he goes golden. Jiu's going to put an axe in him. And yes, they managed to get the kill onto Calyx here, but at what cost is the question. Gideon will be able to just jump on top of the Callista. Andil, no way out for him either. Stand aside, good sir, says Jiu. And he's just able to throw that Whirling Axe. My god, that does a lot of damage. There's the ace here for Nongshim. Felt like it was pretty inevitable, as 9,000 gold the lead. And they will just move with so many packets of Ramyun towards this Nexus and take it down.
Really well played here by Nongshim. Love the composition, the execution, and the Draven was a bit of volatility that I didn't necessarily want. But, you know, they played it well. He got that cash in from top lane, got the turret, got the co, and he said, what about the early game? That's not exactly the same idea-wise as the Game 1 comp, where you just kind of global on top of somebody and you say, oh, you think you can be in your own jungle? You're not allowed to be in your own jungle.
You can in fact just take the headset off and just start talking into the microphone from across the way. It's now Kingen going aggressive onto Rich here. The Narbar looking okay as Sponge is coming over, and Kingen, he knows he has to commit to it. He flashes, he picks it up just before the Mega Gnar comes in. He will be sacrificed as, some ticking of the potion was working out there, but a 1-for-1 trade to be played around with here by the Silas. Calyx utilizing that to help him in the lane as, nice double Shadow Dash there. But the stun does come through. They look to turn it onto Jiu, and the power of the Braum is working as LazyFeel so incredibly close. Lands will finish him off, and now in the battle of the Braum versus Shen, I think I'm feeling like the Shen might be okay. The flash forward as Lahen's gets those empowered autos and then finds the taunt to take him. Lahen's killing someone with a taunt. Is there anything more poignant?
Oh, it's so perfect. Been able to trade a kill, obviously, but Lahen's picks up 2 kills, so it kind of evens out down there. Lavarra still has a CS lead as Jiu returns to the lane.
Kingen going for it once again. I've seen this one before. This time, there is a Braum. So Concussive Blows comes down. Kingen able to dash his way out. I think he'll be okay for the moment. Does have the needlework, so he'll be fine.
Yeah. Andil making a big impact in this early game.
This time around, kind of okay. Sponge is moving in.
This time they have enough minions.
Gwen may die.
No song.
Gentlemen. as he does go into his little mist and then slammed into the wall. And there is Lahan. Stand United comes on through. I believe Andal is going to die, and there is another kill towards the bottom side as well. Man, this observing is so incredibly good. Shout out to good old Jonas Strong there.
Topside, Lahens picks up his 3rd of the game, and when you see Sponge's topside, the Nocturne can engage from so far away.
And it was Elise, it was Shen, and it was Singed.
I mean,
like they were the champs that he'd play. Kingen is just trying to run around with these scissors. Calyx, oh no, they are both dead, aren't they? Andal going to be the first one to go down as Calyx, with a Gnar picked up, finds a chain, and there is the paranoia. I do not think this Poppy is making it out. As Gideon, does he have it? The answer is he doesn't need it. As Sponge elects to get rid of the Gwen. Gideon down relatively low as Lahan's just fighting against Lazyfield. And he likes those odds. And I think so do most of us. As Calyx still with that Mega Gnar available, it is just going to be dashing his way out. No way to utilize that one. That Demolish Rock just scared me.
He just kind of gets money.
Oh, there's so many Gnars! So many Gnars! As another Stand United, another Shadow Dash, and another death for Rich.
I mean, it's just, I was going to say, it's kind of like a deja vu for that play where we had the Draven and the overextension in the bottom lane last game.
Yep.
He's like, oh, I guess I'll go up here and I'll harass Rich until it's ready, then I'll help you guys get the dragon later. Just hold on a second.
Well, there's the taunt flash, and that should be a dead Rich. Lahans goes down, but he loves dying, guys. That's exactly what he wants to do.
That's his whole thing, and he's like, well, now I have my ult back when I respawn. Obviously, that play there from Lahans on the top side. And DRX starting the dragon here. Doesn't look like Nongshim will actually go for a contest here, in part due to Calyx being behind in the side lane and lost half of his health bar. So they are going to give this one up, even though Lahens would love to ult in and fight.
Yeah, not going to be happening this time around as, tries to sacrifice for the cannon, and Calyx doesn't actually get it. That is very sad.
Comfy back there, because I am everywhere. And Kingen will now get the full turret. So that's first turret as well, and feats of strength over to Nongshim. So feeling like they just cannot do any wrong.
It's going to be a difficult task here for DRX.
Taking this is illegal.
For Shelly.
It's not allowed. I don't think they will allow it.
Well, they are going to get it down very, very low, as Nongshim not able to deny that one. Still looking for a potential fight, but instead, they'll just say, no, solo laners, get into these solo lanes, take down these structures,
very
and
kind.
just get gold.
Yeah, very kind of Nongshim, but they still get money. As you say, it was not just a freebie, as this will not secure the mid turret on its own, but they do have a wave crashing through it. This is a scary timing.
Paranoia comes on forward there as the Stand United. There's a nice taunt. Gideon will be taken down. They do get rid of Andal, as now Sponge trying to get himself away. He will successfully do so. As the Arcane Storm is down, Lahans is in a bit of trouble, shields himself, but it's a double for Yukal. And Kingen, can you stop this onslaught from the Victor? That's the question, as Rich is on the top side. He's going to get a turret. This game may have been eulogized a little early, Wolf.
It's very simple to play, but some judgment errors there.
There also is Poppy and Braum, which can really make things difficult. Gwen is going to make things difficult as well, especially when carrying a Shen. And so that is once again Andal dead. 5 deaths now. They've really been targeting this Braum. You've noticed in a lot of these fights, I haven't been like looking at Andal like, what are you doing? Always out of position. Cooldown.
And they don't have their 2-item for Lucian. They don't have their 2-item for Victor, so it's a little bit awkward. But they do have Prio, and I think that makes up for it in this situation. Maybe we see a give, but nope.
Yeah, here we go. Once more. Gideon, though, just going to get separated and eliminated. I don't know about that paranoia. That wasn't fantastic, but the Keeper's Verdict is now on cooldown. Nongshim still looking for a fight here. As Yukal, he needs to be the target. He just does so much damage if left unattended. Chains of Corruption go down as there's the flash in, and Rich just explodes once again, denied. And Lahans, he will fall. Lazyfield goes in, and then Calyx slammed into a wall, and Lazyfield from over the other side is able to hit freely. Sponge now in potentially a little bit of trouble, but Chiyu trying to fight back, and Lazyfield's just shooting one after the other. He'll take him down, no fear on this Vietnamese player. And DRX are back in a big way.
In a big way, though. I mean, when I tossed you the play-by-play on that, I sounded confused because I thought, well, I guess they're just going to give it up. You know, they're not in position to fight for this. With the lead that you have, so it means way less. Like you're saying, here's a Nocturne ult.
Yep, there's another paranoia as Keeper's Verdict just going to get rid of Calyx. There is a Shen delivery, but Yukal stands his ground. Gideon just fighting against Sponge. Yukal trying to get himself out of there as Gwen is immune, kinda, because now she's inside this circle with Lazyfield and Andal. Lazyfield kites it out, gets over the wall. The culling now doing damage to Chiyu at the same time. Sponge taken low, but he's a Poppy. He doesn't care, and Calyx just surrounded by DRX. Fight after fight, DRX are doing it, and they're finding the angles. Rich finds Meganar finally in this game. Will be able to take down Gio. That's a clean ace, ladies and gentlemen.
I think that might just be the end of the game. I mean, it's obviously going to continue, but this is so much gained here for DRX on this fight after another overextension. The advantage they needed to win this one. They got outplayed again.
Well, they might be getting outplayed right now, as Kingin looking to snip on towards Rich. The Wallop not really doing too much there as UCal and Sponge. They'll turn up, and Rich just hopping away. This is looking like tilt, ladies and gentlemen, as Nongshim circling the drain against DRX when they had such a big lead in the early game. Yeah. The good old DRX Nongshim, as Calyx could be in a little bit of trouble here, as Silas has not looked fantastic, even though he has picked up a couple of kills, just hasn't found a lot of value in these more recent fights.
It's so hard when you start to fall behind in this Braum, you know? Braum you're dealing with a Poppy. You just don't have as much agency as you once did. And now Victor has, you know, the extra money to have an arm guard on top of his 2 items. Look at the support ultimate, or the support items. Okay, hold on.
Oh, okay. If at first you don't succeed, just go again, as Gravity Well doing a whole lot of work. There is that arm guard that you were talking about, Wolf. You probably should have said that in the comms for Nongshim, though, because UCal's still kiting this one out. That's another kill. And they, like, every time they engage onto UCal, every time UCal makes them all dead. That is going to be a Gnar that's stolen away. He does finally die. And now the question for Nongshim is, was it worth it?
So many values in these 4 skirmishes here for Nongshim. But Nongshim from behind, they see Victor alone in mid lane. Seems like a good play to go in. Like, that's your natural Nocturne instinct is, I press R. We got to catch this guy. He's not safe.
But it is making it go faster. You know, it's not really pushing them in the right direction. As Sponge looking to try and take down Lehens here. Is going to be spotted on some more vision.
Oh, you had a 2,000 gold lead, but now we're the same. You and I are exactly the same.
Yep. And Lehens is going to look for something, but there is the double Gnar. The turret is working overtime here at the same time. As they do manage to take it down, Rich might be in trouble as well. Some needlework coming on in. A great wallop.
The way!
He doesn't find it. Over the wall he goes as Kingin will be able to lock that one up. But as you can see, on the other side of the rift, ladies and gentlemen, there is a base that is in shambles. So Rich and an inner turret in trade for everything.
Yeah, Rich is, let's say, in top diff in all chat.
I reckon that is probably the case. Gideon will be able to use the spell shield this time around on the Keeper's Verdict. Kingin gets back to base, but he's going to see that it is all on fire. Kingin goes golden, but there is no one to help him out. Great interruption there as he tries to dash away, but Andal, like, after those first 5 deaths, he's like, nah, now we lock in. And he absolutely did. Nexus turret's now on the floor. Gio pushing really far forward. Lazyfield once again on the cusp of death, but that's where he likes it, ladies and gentlemen. No redemption for Lehens, and there goes the Nexus. We're going to 3 here.
In theory, should be safe, but there's also a lot of ways to get on top of him with a Viego on the flank. You know, Equalizer can hit him from far away. If he gets caught by an Azir ult, it is very, very dangerous, and Rich needs to back away. Good spacing. As Nongshim have complete control of the top side of the map right now after the attempt from Andil forces him to back. Doesn't have level 6 still, of course, and so winning this fight after losing control is going to be tough. As,
yeah, there's the bullet time just thrown out by Gio. Picks up the kill onto the Skarner at the same time, and Gideon transforms into the Skarner himself, and he's going to be able to steal away the whole jungle. Oh man, this entire top side left up. Possibly these Krugs as well. Gideon, a big advantage.
You know, have you ever seen someone wear 2 belts in real life at the same time?
Yeah, Han Solo.
Only Han Solo can pull it off. Otherwise, it looks silly.
It does.
And like that's fun right
Kingin
now.
Gonna have to flash.
He thinks he's Han Solo.
Yeah.
He shows up to the bar with 2 belts on. Everyone's like, man, take one of those off or you can't sit at our table.
Yeah.
Because he's got no money and he's not feeling good about it. As Lehens doesn't care.
See how much Calyx cares about it. Rocks are now on the ground. Emperor's Divide up and available. Equalizer comes on through. Let's see whether Calyx can actually... Oh no, Emperor's Divide not up just yet. Rich has actually turned up as well, but he's used his entire first salvo, and it hasn't really found the mark. Actually has to flash away. See whether that is still going to be the case. Is Andal turning up? Right place, right time right now?
Yeah, this is him trying to keep UCal from being dove here. It's going to be still quite challenging. Big wave.
Yep, Solar Flare is going to connect, and they look to just get on top of UCal. Andal is playing defense really nicely, though, as the bullet time came on through. Still, UCal going to die, and the curtain call from over the wall here might need to be cancelled as the last bullet does fly on through. Still, that is a lot of value.
And I feel like just not quite comfortable enough to come over and deny this, and instead decides to just deny some minions by pushing into the turret. Doesn't pick up a plate, but still, Yep. One small little angle there for DRX.
And we need to go back to this. We will be checking out the replay very, very soon. And then even double ups off the minion into him as well. My goodness. Okay, Kingen scrap shielding will get impaled as Yukal puts the rocks down and then just shoves him on top of them. Man, Kingen just can't do anything. He is just dead. And this is the value of that huge frontline Skarner starting to actually work out.
Rich.
The ground deadly flourish. Not going to quite find the angle there as Sponge with a drive-by, and Jiu just says, all right, I guess we're not allowed to move towards this river. I'm going to get this mid wave shoved in. And okay, Headbutt Pulverize going to connect. But that's a Leona. Do not engage onto her as Lahen's not going to get impaled. The flash forward is a little bit of a waste of time. And Shelly's still getting amongst it. It's Yukal that actually locks that one down. But can they keep themselves alive in the fight? Kingen finding some value with the equalizer, but not quite enough. They go 1-for-1 as the Viego's already gone down. Emperor's Divide just to get them out of there as the flash forward. Rich able to pick up the kill onto Calyx. And Jiu just trying to keep them in one spot so he can kill them all. Lazyfield going to die as well. Flamethrower from Kingen will be his worst enemy. But in the end, like, it was a one fight, but at least the Rift Herald goes over to DRX.
Yeah, they do end up picking up the DRX Herald there, and Nongshim are going to be able to get a turret here in the top side in exchange. They have Demolish here to proc, so it's a big win for them. Think of clean League of Legends. These two teams usually not the first two to come to mind, but we're seeing it. And
we're engaging onto Lahen's again. And that is often a bad move. Double stun, down goes Yukal immediately. The bullet time value has been disgusting in this game. Welcome back to you, by the way. Brilliant performance. Kingen also is just going to cook Lazyfield. And they will move back, look for this Hex Tech Dragon. And Nongshim, that's a good way to solidify yourself in this game.
Yeah, and for DRX, engaging on the Leona, as you pointed out, is not necessarily the best way to start things off, as he has Aftershock, he has Eclipse, he is not going to die.
Nope. Even here, as Sponge was thinking about going for that particular option, Jiu not going to be as lucky as he looks to walk his way out. Gets a shield, and the Bloodthirster did kind of keep me
It kept it interested?
Yeah, it kept me interested for a second.
It's like, wait a minute, but no.
Did Yukal get, like, put in, like, was he frozen in Carbonite? Maybe he's the one that has two belts, dude. Like, I don't know. Just had some time out.
I don't know. I mean, he's certainly very far behind in this game and is looking for that Leandri's purchase, but it's not going to happen. Not for this upcoming fight necessarily, as Nongshim, there's no reason to force. Just reminding you.
Well, there is a bullet time as the Weaver's Wall from Yukal. He's continuing to try and make a play here. As, let's see, Seismic Shove does find the Misfortune, and down she goes once again. I'm really, like, Caustic Curses is so real, man.
Yeah, what was that?
I was, like, in that team fight around the Dragon, I was like, Jiu, that's so great that you're playing this well. And then twice in a row, things haven't been as great. This is great for Gideon, though. He's going to start with the first kill. Let's see how much more he can get. Takes a long time to kill Lahen's. A Sponge going to go down. Emperor's Divide just going to hoover up the Jhin. But Calyx is still going to fall. Gideon doesn't have as much damage just yet.
I think we're devolving away from the clean League of Legends Atlas that I was talking about earlier. I'm not sure we're maybe I spoke too soon. Are they real in this one? We're just going to have to wait and see where we end up, as they are going to start an Otacon right now, which has been not great for a lot of our teams here, as Rich does have TP and will show up.
They have so much
damage though, yeah.
Yeah, this is just down as... Oh my god, he steals it! Okay, bullet time is going to be the end of Lazyfield, as we can see. Gideon, it's his turn to be the very long-range Jhin, and he actually picks off Yukal. Seismic Shove throws away Jiu, but he doesn't care. They're going to grab a double kill. They had to sacrifice the Otacon for it. I don't know how that smite even worked. It looked like he threw a rock at it, a pebble.
Otacon not really useful when you can't fight at this moment in time, and that's going to be Misfortune taking the top inner turret. So much of extra gold going into Jiu and a lot of extra map control that comes with it, because look at the turrets here. You know, DRX don't really have any control over the map. They were able to get the mid turret, but like the outers and the top and bottom lanes are still up, as we're going to see a deep TP from Kingen.
Yeah, and once again, engage onto Leona is going to be the play.
Almost got him.
Dragon is losing interest. Kingen, I'm not sure about this one, buddy, as that blast code not going to work out as he's thrown into the wall. And yeah, it's like he was flanking, but then the rest of his team was like, was like thinking about going in and then goes out. They are taking it in turns.
You know, sometimes, okay, we're not done yet.
Yeah, the curtains
Okay,
coming on through. That was never going to land.
The idea there is like if I go in, maybe.
Oh, we fighting again.
Oh god.
Who are we engaging on again, Wolf?
The Leona.
Oh no! Okay, Sponge, can you actually get anything done? That equalizer, brilliant, but the Pulverize, even better. The Emperor's Divide one-ups even that, and they all go down. Nongshim finding a gorgeous angle in this team fight. Also able to take down the turret. Calyx getting to work here.
And we have some long death timers here. They're going to escort this minion. They want to try to push to really get into those Nexus turrets, and the Voidling comes out. They've got another wave coming, and also Andal is not going to be able to buy time.
Oh, and we're not going to call him out for engaging onto a Leona there because the Leona engaged onto him.
Yeah.
The Wolves are also involved.
I think that they might just be able to end this, to be honest. 10 seconds on Lazy Feel. He's a Jhin. I think this has just done so.
King and Calyx are all here. This is just going to evaporate. There it goes. Nongshim, 3 games, but they are able to take down DRX in the end. And pretty impressive as far as the last team fight was concerned.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.